In our workshop this morning after the worship service, I will ask one group to try to remember experiences of coming from afar. Now for everyday time. And so do we come from the nowhere into the now here, to live in the here and now. It has been said that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and that may well be true if and when we can tap back into the universal dimension for inspiration, affirmation, guidance. But that's far harder than just moving the W. The mystics of all religions know how to do this, of course. In fact, mystic means to close out the distractions in order to focus on going ever deeper into the great mystery of ultimate reality. Last Saturday, some of us attended a Still Point workshop with Father Thomas Keating, a contemplative who teaches the use of centering prayer as a way to resist distractions and tap into the nowhere while living in the now here. In our own tradition, Thoreau describes the experience. There comes into my mind such an indescribable, infinite, all-absorbing, divine, heavenly presence, a sense of elevation and expansion, and I have had naught to do with it. He may not have had anything to do with it, but Thoreau did make himself available to and for such moments, as you heard when Binny shared Henry Hikes to Fitchburg with the children. Thoreau did not spend all day working for the money needed to ride the train to Fitchburg, to sit like his friend in a tangle of people. Rather, Thoreau enjoyed the getting there itself, with its aha moments in the fields and woods and along the streams. These are magical moments that Emerson called double consciousness. One prevails now, all buzz and din. The other prevails then, all infinitude and paradise, until presently the clouds shut down again. The awareness that this state is transitory prompted the transcendentalist to find ways to make it possible for moments to characterize the days, to develop a sense of the spiritual within the everyday life. This is the authentic first-hand experience of religion they sought after. This is the direct experience of that transcending mystery and wonder that we name as the source of our tradition. As Houston Smith puts it, authentic religion is the clearest opening through which all the inexhaustible energies of the cosmos can enter human life. Is this the cosmos, the very universe itself, perhaps knowing itself through our human lives in the here and now of our singular, finite existence? During our workshop later this morning, Group 2 will be invited to explore and share moments of living in the infinite, even within their own finitude. Now for emergent time. The universal awareness coming through us means to keep on going. And thus we are expected and invited to participate in cosmogenesis, conscious evolution, continual becoming. We are not just human being, we are human becoming as well. As Father Thomas Berry reminds us, the galactic evolutionary process of the universe, the geobiological evolutionary process of the earth, and the cultural evolutionary processes of the human need to be understood and celebrated as three components of a single evolutionary narrative. I would like to suggest that one way we each participate in the great story of evolution is through our own creativity. Whenever we are engaged in doing creative work, and something we didn't expect breaks through our awareness, as if from elsewhere, we are experiencing emergent time. This happens while writing a sermon, for instance, as I shared in a session with the worship associates this very week. There are multiple breakthrough moments in life when something more emerges from the nothing but of what is at hand. A third thing that couldn't have come into being without a process, a framework, an opening. Not unlike the Hopi idea of emergence, there's an emergence hole somewhere near the Grand Canyon from which their people emerged. A hole that corresponds with the hole, that soft spot in the baby's head. You know, that one that you feel in the infant after they're born. It leaves space so that our skull can get through the birth canal, and we protect it while it closes up again. It is our human nature to be creative, to bring forth new possibilities. It is our birthright to participate in this emergent process. In his little classic, The Courage to Create, Rollo May says, "Creativity, the act of bringing something new into existence, must be seen in the work of the scientist as well as that of the artist, in the thinker as well as that of the aesthetician, and one must not rule out the extent to which it is present in the captains of modern technology, perhaps in the Green Revolution, as well as in a mother's normal relationship with her child." And Brian Schwim challenges us, the human imagination is the way the future reaches into the present and shapes itself. Our own faith tradition allows for that process. Last week, some of us were reviewing the proposed revisions to our principles, and we discussed the uses of poetry as part of our worship sources and celebrations. And that is why this morning I have chosen words of well-known poets for our opening, closing, and responsive reading. Every time you read a poem and receive an aha insight, or unexpectedly experience a sense of something ultimate that you weren't quite aware of as yet, you are participating in emergent time. During our workshop this morning, Group 3 will be asked to delve into and divulge such moments of emergent time. Meanwhile, let me close this portion of our time together by reminding you that last week was John Denver's death date. You didn't think I was going to let that go without comment. And while I never met the man up close and in person, his music framed my life's middle years and still inspires my life work. In his own words, though the singer is silent, the still is the truth of his song. And I conclude my sermon this morning by evoking the truth in his song, Poems and Prayers and Promises, as a treatise on the 3 dimensions of time that I have just discussed. May you poetically remember coming from afar as star stuff, just as we sang in our middle hymn, within the shining of a star we catch a glimpse of who we are. May you prayerfully make time each day to touch in with the deepest place within, where you know you are one with the universal whole. And may you become conscious of the promises inherent in your ever-emergent human nature. May you have the courage to be faithful to that fulfillment. May it be so. Amen. Blessed be. Let us pause for a moment for silent reflection.